Jennifer is, at the beginning of the film, a relatively promiscuous and self-obsessed teenage girl that gets possessed by a demon that makes her that, but much more so. So I'm just wondering, what would the demon be like that would accentuate your teenage self?
She's right here. Bah, bah, bah.
It's you, basically, but like more so, to a lethal extent.
That's me. I can't get more lethal. If I got more lethal, my body would just explode.
I like the idea of the movie based around the idea of me getting possessed by, like, me, but more so. You don't get it. He's an awkward loner who always says weird jokes that no one gets or likes. Yeah, I know. No, you don't get it.
No, you don't understand. It's so much worse. 3 people have died because he wouldn't stop beating them over the head with the Godzilla box set.
3 people have been sucked into an awkward silence this week. One man cringed his way to death.
The awkward silence is the biggest killer of teens across the nation, so,
Why not fill in that silence with talk about yourselves?
Yeah,
and your emotions.
Oh, we like to have fun here.
Hello and welcome to One Good Thing, the podcast that goes every way. I'm Paula Montana.
Paul McCartney.
And I'm Paul McCartney. And it happened. Goodman caught COVID. He made it 2.5 years, but it's finally happened. There's only one pure Paul left.
And it's me.
My trick is, I was already socially distancing anyway. Literally every piece of advice that came out on how to avoid this thing was already what I was doing. Cancel your social plans, keep 2 meters away from other people, turn away as they walk past you. I grew up in Bexley. Of course I do. I don't want them to spit directly into my face.
You're injecting horse antibiotics.
Yep. Bleach. It's all getting up there in my butt.
Great.
And
fantastic.
It is a shame, though, because who's this player hater? It's Ellen Graham from Roltercast.
What? Who said? Who let her in? That's terrible. She's not even a virgin.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That means you've let an actual succubus into your podcast.
I mean, that was... The only virgins thing was really Goodman's rule. I don't know why he had it.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Did he
I'm happy to be... I'm happy to be flexible on this.
I was going to say, did he enforce it? He asked... Oh, sorry, that was just my Windows security virus and threat protection. It's
identified this podcast as being particularly damaging to your well-being and is trying to intervene. Ellen has decided to try and make me finish gym class with the 2009 comedy horror film Jennifer's Body.
Yay.
You and me are going out tonight. Wear something cute, okay?
You always do what Jennifer tells you to do.
It's just that I like the same things that she likes. We can play mommy and daddy.
No way.
We always share your bed when we have slumber parties. Jennifer's evil.
I know.
No, I mean, she's actually evil. Not high school evil. You're killing people. No, I'm killing boys. Are you scared? Thought you only murdered boys. I go both.
The film is screenwriter Diablo Cody and producer Jason Reitman's follow-up to Juno. Megan Fox seems to have gotten involved super early in the whole thing, which is quite fun. The film was directed by Karen Kasuma of Aeon Flux fame. Remember that?
Oh, why don't you use her better films?
I didn't notice. Well, she did Destroyer.
The Invitation?
Oh, that! No, I didn't notice that. The Invitation's very good.
Yeah.
That's the dinner party cult one, right?
It sure is. Yeah.
It sure is.
And I don't know if you've seen XX either, but it's a horror movie anthology film. All of the films being created by women. But it's a fun little horror anthology, especially for all our
I have heard of that,
fans.
but I've not seen it.
Yeah.
I need to look into that.
Sure you
Well, she signed on to this because she felt it was incredibly original, having not seen Ginger Snaps.
Hey now.
There's gonna be some cheeky comments.
Ginger Snaps doesn't. Oh, I can't. I can't with these snappy comments,
come
Paul.
on now.
No, this is a serious podcast.
With these ginger snappy comments.
Oh wait. Oh fuck. Well, there's nothing I can do to rebut that. He's got wit on his side. Maybe I'll just...
So unfair.
I'll just have to insult him. I'll just have to bully him.
Yeah, me personally is what you'll have to come after. It's
Great
the one
insult. What
weakness.
is it, 2006?
Oh, shit, it's not actually, and that makes my insult very dated.
Sure does.
Oh,
And
God.
probably racist.
Oh, no, shit, like all things from 2006.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
God.
we will get into some things about this film.
Well, speaking of things that are becoming increasingly problematic as years go on, Film Critics received the film like a weird makeout session with your best friend in the middle of the night. Ooh, but
And an off.
it's like, yay, but
Hang
okay.
on. Well,
Are we still spending the summer at your parents'
are we
house?
still on for bocce? What's this going to do to our team dynamic? Oh, dear.
I'm all about your bocce right now.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't
Why
make
would
sense, but I guess we'll see where it goes. Ty Burr at the Boston Globe said, Jennifer's Body falls into the dispiriting category of dumb movies made by smart people. In this case, a glibly clever writer and a talented director who think a few wisecracks are enough to subvert the teen horror genre. I just like the emphasis on, like, it really makes the teen horror genre sound like this great lofty thing.
Yeah.
Surely you did not think that you could subvert the teen horror genre.
How dare you besmirch Teen Wolf with this filth?
You come here with such flimsy tools, hoping...
We were slicing over cheerleaders before you were born.
Oh, God. Public, meanwhile, got all over this like a grieving man would.
Nice.
Sammy Gadbury over at Google, who said, Jennifer's Body conveys woman empowerment. Sorry, I can't...
Women
Not
in
woman
power?
empowerment.
Is that what you were going to say?
No, it's woman empowerment, actually. It's something
Oh,
I'm very passionate
Just
about.
the one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always say we as a collective, gender, species, whatever, all of us women just need to raise up one. We just need to choose our one and raise her up.
She'll eat the world. And that'll be that.
Exactly, and it will be glorious. Yep.
Sammy Gadbury, who knows a lot about feminism, says, Jennifer's Body conveys woman empowerment without all the virtue signaling and ham-fisting. Ham-fisting.
I don't
that
know.
is all I've seen some pretty fuckable hams.
I was
going to
say some. Well, literally, Jennifer's mom is going out with the ham store guy, so some ham definitely got
Oh my God.
fisted in this film.
You know what I'm saying? That is all too common these days.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Brie Larson. Why specifically Brie Larson?
Oh wait, sorry.
Captain Marvel was going to be a boys' movie until that bloody Brie Larson elbowed her way in, kicked Brad Pitt out of a window, and got into the costume.
I forgot that you were going back to this guy's review, and I thought just on a tangent you were like, "Yeah, looking at you, Brie Larson." I'm like, "What's that got to do with ham fisting? Has Brie Larson fisted a ham? What are we talking about?"
Oh God, you haven't heard that Brie Larson fisted a ham and got the opposite of cancelled. Weirdly,
Oh.
everyone loved it.
Oh no, that's even worse.
It is. It's a ham-fisty kind of world now. Oh God. Well, let's have a look at Threeman.
Ooh.
Ed Anders is a Threeman because he was in Alone in the Dark and Postal in this.
Who's that?
J.K. Simmons. I had no idea.
Oh.
J.K. Simmons, though, was in The Snowman and disappointingly in Postal in this. So that's 2 for Postal. Lance Henriksen was briefly in the Super Mario Brothers as Daisy's dad and was in Stone Cold. Excellent. Amazing. And was in this as the guy at the end. And, rather fun, this isn't a Threeman thing, but Amy Sedaris, who plays Needy's mum, was in Stay.
Yes, that's right. She was one of the one at the beginning she was one of my good things where she was like, "Yeah, I just numb the pain with alcohol. I'm not it works for
right.
me. I'm not recommending it."
Oh, it could be the same character. Maybe she got old, had a kid.
Oh
and
yeah, just like
here we are.
JC. The Amy Sedaris verse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're bringing.
Ugh.
So Ellen, you jerk.
Wow, what a harsh dig.
I know, right? Oh my God, I didn't put the scores together. They were bad. They were middling. Like,
scores?
40s and 50s. Yeah.
Was there a score?
You know the
Oh,
Rotten Tomatoes.
sorry.
And
I thought you meant a film score, and I'm like, it's mainly
Oh, yeah.
sound. It's emo
it's mainly fad
soundtracks.
grunge rock.
It's-
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you call it? Fad? It's not a fad, Paul. I'm emo until the day I die. My Chemical Romance just dropped a new single, you absolute fucking Philistine.
5.4 on IMDb, 45% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, Ellen, you jerk.
Yeah, thanks. That's me.
I know how to run this podcast.
Ooh.
What's one thing about Jennifer's body that made you want to nail somebody's nutsack to your door like those lion door knockers rich folks got? By which I mean, why do you recommend this?
I like it.
Oh, okay.
Like most films I bring to One Good
Quick
Thing.
fire.
I think maybe I don't understand the assignment of this podcast because I just I genuinely bring in things that I usually like, except for Black Cauldron, which I don't think is a good film, but I like to talk about the Black Cauldron a lot. But yeah, generally I bring things that I like and I go, why has this been reviled by the medias? And then you guys tear me a new asshole.
True.
And then we don't speak for 3 or so months until we do this all again.
Yeah, that's fair. Yay! And it's a really healthy cycle for everyone involved.
Yeah. I just think it's really with the whole like Megan Fox, people realizing like how shitty we were to Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, she got a bad. Michael Bay made just some of the worst movies ever with her in it, and everyone decided that was Megan Fox's fault.
It's her fault somehow for doing her job, where she doesn't have creative control, you guys. But
Yeah.
I as well, I was watching like The Invitation, and then I realized that Karen Kusama? No, Kusama. I forgot her name.
Yes, that rings a bell.
Yes, one of the
From a
two
few months
names
ago when
that
I
you
said
just said.
Where are you? Kusama.
Yeah, I realized that she directed Jennifer's Body, and I was like, oh my God, I really love Jennifer's Body, and I can tell she's got a real nice, like, tongue-in-cheek style. And I've always liked this film, and I just think it was really shitty the way that it was marketed and the way that this kind of film was a launching pad to like tear women down because they had clearly grown too tall as poppies. Like it was just a quick fell to discredit both Diablo Cody as a screenwriter and Megan Fox as an actor. And I think we should talk about it. And that I'm hijacking your podcast to do this.
I think that is fair enough.
Yay!
But anyway, I didn't listen to any of that, Ellen.
Okay,
Even the stuff I was actually replying to and actually engaging with. Because I heard this movie's going to be hot. So I've come here with some of my boys.
Yep.
They're not all my boys. Some of them are boys of boys.
Okay,
But,
you rented some boys.
Some of them are like boys of a boy.
Yep, cool.
But we're gonna assume this movie is for us and watch this totally hot lesbo teen sex movie. Nice.
Sure. I mean, when do you not assume everything's for you as a man in this world?
I mean, why wouldn't we? They sold us tickets. It's a movie.
There's all this nice stuff for us.
Yeah.
Be a shame if someone were to come by and take everything.
The people from the studio were here and they were handing out tissues at the door. Oh,
yeah.
This is obviously a sex film.
Free Vaseline.
Not gonna need it, my man.
Sweet.
Speaking of which,
all right.
we open up on Megan Fox as Jennifer. And she's saucily licking her hair. Ugh.
That's
Seems really
gross,
sad,
but
though.
okay. It gets all in your tummy and then you poop out hair. But continue.
Oh yeah. But still, she seems pretty sad about things.
Oh.
No.
Well, that's less hot.
Yeah.
Unless you're into
Yeah,
sad women, in which case I know.
Oh, you know what? She should be smiling more. Am I right, fellas? That's what they should do, because then it would be good.
Yeah, because we're here. Yeah, so it's,
tell you who is smiling though. Bloody Amanda Seyfried at the window.
Oh, my worst nightmare.
Luckily, it was a dream. It was a dream belonging to a lady in a mental health facility. Ooh, check out her sexy body with all the scars.
Uh-huh.
She's in a mental asylum.
Yeah.
Oh, she's feisty though. You know, feisty or
violent,
really genuinely troubled.
Yeah.
Violent,
suffering post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still feel like I can contextualize her life as a porn category if I really try.
Sure. I mean,
sexy mental health. Sexy mental health.
Hey,
Institute.
baby, how's your mental health?
And she's in girl-on-girl action with a guard.
Yeah.
And then some solitary confinement. Oh.
Yeah, she'll think about what she did.
Sometimes the letters are from people who say they're praying for me. They tell me everything will be okay if I just accept Jesus Christ into my heart. I say the words, but nothing ever happens. Nobody comes back. Nobody gets off the cross.
Well, anyway, flashback. Oh, I bet this is where the sexy stuff's going to happen in the flashback.
Great.
So it's Amanda Seyfried,
That's sexy.
Jennifer, titular Jennifer, and Seyfried's boyfriend, who I've titled Boyfriend.
His name's Chip, so yeah, you're pretty much right on the money there.
I think we're okay.
I've never met a real Chip. Actually, fuck, my uncle's named Chip. Oh my god. I was literally about to say I've never met a Chip in my life. My uncle's name is...
You actually have a Chip.
Literally Chip. Well, it's Cipriano, so it's got a bit of
okay.
oregano flavour, you know.
Spicy Chip.
Only British people could think that oregano is spicy.
Well, what else did I have? It's a Herbie Chip. It's not quite...
Sorry, we must continue with the plot. We must.
Oh, well, with these three, I sent some sort of sexy threesome situation coming up. You got our back, producers.
And our front.
Seyfried is apparently a hideous nerd who's inexplicably friends with the super hot cheerleader Jennifer. But she's more into her friend Jennifer than her boyfriend these days. So, awkward threesome?
What a load. How dare she
Fingers crossed for threesome.
Okay. You will need 3, though. You need to cross all 3 fingers before it can happen. And then you have to spin around twice and then spit over your shoulder.
This reminds me of a time when a kid told me there was a nude code for Tomb Raider and gave me like a 50-digit long code and said you have to do it at least 9 times in order for it to work.
And then you realized that you were a pawn and you were actually hacking into the US embassy. And then
Shit.
And then you were the one who went to jail.
the giant trial. Just hang on, was everyone here trying to just see Lara Croft's pixelated boobs? And everyone just looks like
yeah. Well, we're all guys. What do you expect?
Speaking of people trying to get a glimpse of boob, Amanda Seyfried gets dragged to a dive bar by Jennifer.
Yep.
Where Jennifer wants to seduce the lead singer of the band.
You and me are going out tonight?
Tonight, why?
Because Low Shoulder are playing at Melody Lane. They're this indie rock band from the city. I saw their MySpace page, and the lead singer's extra salty. Plus, there'll be lots of other salty morsels there for you.
Come on, Needy. I promised Chip that I would hang out with him tonight.
Boo, cross out Needy.
What time is the show?
We meet a guy I write down looks like Jack Rayner before I realise it's Chris Pratt, which is amazing.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about Adam Brody, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Why can't you tell faces?
Just like, what's Jack Rayner doing here? Oh, yeah, it's that much more famous American man who's actually here. This much more time-specific and appropriate American man.
Sure is.
Who's some sort of minor authority figure, I write down, not realising that's not going to be much of an issue.
No, and also it's with the problematic stuff around Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow,
probably
using
best.
those slurs really comes natural, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Chris? Doesn't it, Chrissy boy?
It sure does. Well, they're all very interested in whether or not... she's there with the band. The band show up, and they're all very interested in whether or not she's a virgin, which Seyfried tells them she is.
Nice.
But she's super not, it turns out.
Not even a backed virgin.
Implied anal. And I'm going to imply a high five with the nearest boy.
Okay. Well, that's Bowser trying to scratch down my door.
Shit. Oh, no, though. There's a fire in this place.
Yeah, there is, and it's Jennifer's body. No, but also a real
also
physical
an actual fire that's
yeah,
gonna
people are dying.
Oh God!
People are dying, Paul.
Sorry, I thought I was watching Firestarter again. Oh, thank God.
Oh dear.
There's a big fire and loads of people die, but never mind that though, because Jennifer wants to go off a creepy band in their van.
Well, yes, but I would say is coerced because she's dealing with a lot of shock. But
she's dealing with an awful lot of
whatever
shock.
Boy narrative you want to spin, Paul, that's all. That's your prerogative.
Okay, this one's in shock. Great. Are you in shock? From that.
Jennifer? Let's go, Jennifer!
go to the van.
I want to go to your really cool van. Nene, let's go see his van. Why? Why should we? We have the Sebring. Let's just get out of here. Please? Nene, just stop it. Shut up.
Yeah, she says in a shell-shocked way as she's dragged from a fire. And also very drunk on 9/11 shooters that are red, white, and blue.
Oh, Jesus. Amazing. Oh, it's like the bang bus. That's always a wholesome and sexy situation that everyone can enjoy.
Everyone wants to have sex in the back of a van.
It was several dudes. Anyway, Seyfried wanders off, and so that the police can just find her later if they want to ask anything.
What are they going to ask?
About the...
What do you think
Well, they're
about
gonna probably
fire?
ask.
Well, I'm not pro. I'm certainly not about fire.
No need to talk to them about how the fire started or the creepy guys who just went off with your best friend. Gotta get home so you can call your boyfriend on the cell phone.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s or whenever this is actually set.
This
'cause
is
it seems
set
like
in
it's
the
set
it's in
earlier.
the early to mid thousands.
Yeah, I think so. Cause of
Why are you not looking at the this is a perfect time capsule of the early thousands, Paul. If ever I saw one.
Love it.
Sorry, mid thousands.
Oh, but
yeah.
But she goes home and hey, Jennifer's here and is acting all weird and bloodied and eating chicken off the floor.
That
whilst
time of the
roaring
month, am I
maniacally
right?
vomiting black goo.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
know,
I think I've seen that as a category on Pornhub.
What do you mean you think? Revealing Paul's porn habits in a podcast.
My exact search entry: eating raw chicken off the floor whilst roaring and vomiting black goo. So few clips. She gives
just the one.
She gives Seyfried a hickey and then runs off as the police pick apart the smouldering ruins of lost lives. Anyway, back at school.
Boring.
Jennifer shows up and is seemingly back to what I feel is her baseline creepy and mean.
People died, Jennifer. It's like all over the news. National news. Anybody that we know? We know everyone. Sucks to be them, I guess.
But
yes,
then actual J.K. Simmons reports that a bunch of people died in a fire. And Jennifer, she stepped it up a bit, I can tell now.
We lost 8 precious students and our beloved Spanish teacher, Senorita Erickson.
No way, Erickson ain't shit.
We can't let that damn fire win.
It already won.
As in her meanness.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ever met a teen girl?
It's a step beyond. I actually haven't.
Yeah.
I was spared that by my crippling social anxiety.
Nice. Well done, Teen Paul. Chalk that one up to the victory board.
Hey, you dropped your Evanescence album. Get away from me! I'm worried about Jennifer. Why? Oh yeah, I didn't call you back after abruptly ending my panicky phone call to you last night. Oh yeah, I did wonder what happened to you. Oh well, she showed up and was terrifying. Oh, well, she probably just inhaled a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
And the blood that was all over her? Well, you know, girls.
Yeah, like clearly all over her jacket. It was torn up, kind of like she'd been stabbed a whole bunch of times, or at the very least, severely roughed up. And, I did say that I was worried because some guys took her in the back of the van, but you didn't seem that worried. You didn't seem that worried. It's just boys being boys,
Boys will actually be boys most of the time, if you let them.
Mainly because no one's stopping them. Anyway.
Oh, God. Some teen says to her, hey, we heard you were at the fire last night. Have the police heard she was at the fire last night?
I think you're overestimating country police.
Small town fucks, yeah.
Also, the fact that people probably don't think it's arson, mate. Not to poke holes in your theories.
I think it's about more than whether or not they think that. I think most of the time they have to find out.
Budget cuts.
Oh shit! Trump's America.
Even though it's 2006.
It's all Trump's America. So
he bought it back in '93.
He did. The peanuts. That fucking Clinton gave it over to him in exchange for a shiny new saxophone.
Oh, damn it.
Anyway, Jennifer seduces the grieving jock who lost his best friend in the fire and takes him into the woods. Finally, cheerleader fucks grieving jock in the woods whilst animals watch.
Now that has a lot more categories on Pornhub.
Yeah. Oh, but she eats them, and not in that way.
Oh. There's no eating out, boys. Just eating insides. She's eating your entrails.
Now, there's a line from the movie. Did you eat her out? No. She ate me in.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
Aww. We see his grieving mother as she watches her son's gnarled up body being taken away.
And his father, there's a deleted scene, but his father is played by Bill, I never remember how to say his name, but Patrick from SpongeBob.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to point that out before I forgot.
Love that. You gotta appreciate that, and it's a very tragic tableau.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jennifer's all naked and in a pool now.
A pool?
Fuck yeah.
A giant lake is nature's pool.
It's God's pool.
Says
yeah,
Paul
exactly.
Salt.
Oh, man. We might see her butt. Let me try and stop thinking about that grieving mum.
No.
Oh, no, wait. I think it's actually helping.
Keep thinking about the grieving mum. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shake it to the left.
So, Seyfried is trying to be a normal person and get her stuff together, but Jennifer's being creepy and mean.
And not like high school mean.
Yeah. She's also burning her tongue with a lighter, which is less usual.
Yeah, but it's still not conclusive that she's a demon or nothing, because as I said, teenage girls.
Teenage girls are fucking terrifying to all involved.
Absolutely.
You know, one time, about 5 years ago, I was walking through a town, and there were a group of girls who were sort of making noise, and I had my headphones on. And I looked over, and one of them was like beckoning me with her finger.
Oh, fuck.
And I was, and I sort of smiled and nodded and kept walking.
Yeah.
And I often wonder what would have happened if I had fucking gone over, and I can only imagine I'd just been murdered and my bones stripped bare.
Yeah, that, but also something much, much worse. You should generally, teenage girls, you should treat them like you do the Fae. You know, you must kind of always speak to them in riddles. Never answer a question.
Bamboozle them.
Yep, never step into a mushroom ring.
Oh, yeah, I have seen those around Southampton.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how they get you. All the mushroom rings next to the Claire's. I don't know if Claire's is still a thing anywhere.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
And
it's still a thing.
And it was never a thing here in Australia, so.
It's super a thing here.
Okay.
So, the band are going to launch a benefit single, that 3% of which will go towards the survivors and families of the survivors. Hey, they aren't good guys. What do you mean? They're heroes. No, they're not. I was there and I saw them act very suspiciously and not help anyone. Have you mentioned that to anyone before?
And also abduct my friend into a van. No,
you should mention this to people.
Yeah, but to be fair, she mentioned it to her boyfriend and he was like, anyway.
That's true.
Are we going to have the sex?
And he's a microcosm for all of society. Just a well-meaning but fairly incompetent and terrible guy.
Yeah, sadly, you know, it is a perfect time capsule. And so I feel like all of these things that we're watching and inherently are like danger, 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 creepy. If you told anyone about, people would just be like, oh, wow, PMS much? Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. The cops were super sassy. If the only member of the team that we see, which is the young Chris Pratt, is anything to go by. And I think it is.
It sure is.
So the goth kid asks Jennifer out, but she's not interested until she finds out that Seyfried thinks he's cute. And also, she wants the boyfriend guy. Boyfriend.
You've already just started calling him boyfriend. I don't know why you're tripping up.
But
the boyfriend kind of dude, you know. What's his face? Oh, boyfriend.
Boyfriend. But boyfriend is he's busy getting it all on and off with Amanda Seyfried.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, good. There's some wholesome sex without vomiting or animals or grieving old people.
Boring.
Finally, me and my boys can get what we came here for. Let him grab that boob. Oh no, we're cross-cutting. Oh, it's dead meat golf kid. Uh-oh. Maybe it'll be sexy before she murders him? Kinda.
Just more proof that heteronormative sex is boring. And you should have more demon sex.
I mean, we can all get on board with that.
Thank you.
But it's not only my boner that's at risk, it's Seyfried's too, because she's starting to see actual dead folk in her bedroom.
Oh, there you go. Proof that Paul Salt is an ally. The boners, working towards the boners of all.
I care about your bone. I'm like the Lord Kitchener poster.
Yeah, blood.
She drives out and tries to find Jennifer, but she only manages to find jump scares. So
Hate it
she
when
gives
that
up
happens.
and comes home and she goes to bed. But oh no, she's tracked a jump scare into the house with her.
It's why you're meant to
and now
take
Jennifer's here.
It's why it's a shoes off household, really. She brought that upon herself. Darling, you've tracked black cats.
A musical sting.
A door slamming.
And a friend appearing from behind a refrigerator door when it's opened, and then you close it and they're there.
Grabbing you on the shoulder, even though most of the time you just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Who ever greets someone by grabbing their shoulder?
Never
Fuck
in
me.
my life.
Literally never, and you deserve to be murdered if you ever try. It's time for the scene that will probably be isolated on YouTube, because they have a big old snog.
Sure do, and some butt touch. Yeah. Some bit of
some butt touch.
Yeah.
Oh no, Amanda Seyfried that this movie's supposed to have a plot. It off.
And also that she has a boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the boyfriend. Also, in real life, the actor wasn't too into it. So.
Really? Okay, we'll talk more about that.
Fox apparently was quite into it, but Seyfried said it felt weird.
That reads.
As a heterosexual man, it was really interesting to hear justification saying, "Oh, I really didn't want to break it to you like this."
I'm so upset. I have to tear down all my my rainbow Paul Salt posters.
You have to recontextualize all those times that I changed in front of you weirdly.
Yeah,
and I don't know why that's different, but it is. And
it's much different. Yeah,
it's much different now. But she said in the justification for that, she said she was kissing her, and it was weird because she was all soft and fragrant. And it was just hilarious to me. It's like thinking, oh yeah, that's the problem here. You're not stinky or hard enough for me.
Well, yeah. Amanda Seyfried likes her kissing partners like a good cheese. You know, sometimes
that's
you
always said of her.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you favour a brie. You know, you want something a bit softer, a bit pairs well with fruit. And sometimes you want
to women.
Yep. And sometimes you want an old stinky cheese.
Big stinky hard cheese.
It's hard, it's aged, it's mouldy.
It's hairy.
It's hairy, yeah.
At least it's shoes anywhere it fucking pleases.
Stupidly overpriced. And people are real snobs about it. Anyway.
I've lost track of the metaphor, but...
I don't like people being snobs about cheese. That's the metaphor.
No, cheese is great.
There is no
All
metaphor.
cheese is great. I just want to say that I really appreciate the fact that mature cheese is called tasty cheese in Australia. So like extra mature cheese is extra tasty cheese.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I think that's more to the point.
Call a fucking spade, mate.
Yeah, exactly. It tastes better.
What's that cheese like?
Do you want it to... Do you want it to taste better, or do you want the less tasty cheese?
Actually, the less tasty cheese, mate. I don't know that I could handle the extra on the morning like this. Oh, here you go, mate. Here's the less tasty cheese.
It makes complete sense, and that's why we should all be more like Australia.
Well, let's see how this election day turns out.
Let's see how that goes. They revisit the Bang Bus Night, as all too many women have had to do at some stage, and... I guess it must have been their Halloween special because these guys wanted to sacrifice her to the devil to advance their careers.
Yeah.
But Jennifer wasn't a virgin as advertised by so many. And so instead...
That's what my DVD hardcover says, that she's now with 100% more virgins. So
extra virgin.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That might have actually just been my olive oil.
Oh shit! Yeah, I mixed those up.
I hate it.
That's why my DVD player's fucked.
I hate it when I put my olive oil in the same bag as my DVD purchases. It's really frustrating.
It really is. Oh God. So yeah. So the devil, instead of possessing her, turned her into Well, I don't know what they wanted the devil to do, but the devil possessed her and turned her into a succubus.
I think
devil's weird like that.
Not to be an actual person who enjoys this
saw
film.
The movie.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be that occasionally.
Who used her brain while watching the film. But I think she was just meant to be a sacrifice. She would have just died.
Okay, she's meant to die.
Yeah, it's because that she wasn't a virgin, like that. Then her host body was possessed.
The devil was like, I don't really want to eat that. Still,
yeah, 5-second rule. Am I right? Or instead of being a bit gross about it, saying that virgins are all pure and good, maybe, because she's not a virgin. It's like, oh, hell yeah, this body is...
This one's going to have some fun.
Yeah, this is well loved.
Jennifer decides to go and read up about succubuses. Succubi?
Yeah, sure.
Succupodes. Anyway.
Succupo D's nuts.
Fuck yeah. We got a D's nuts joke in, everyone.
Yeah.
Night all.
We can... Okay, see you later. I'm waving at the camera. You can't see.
You're going to hear the wave.
Yeah. Good.
But unfortunately, she's constantly distracted by the book on Hieronymus Bosch that she's also reading at the same time.
it's a good read.
So it's hard to get any reason.
cracking
It's a
good
really
read.
good read.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot about his life and his upbringing.
That's why I say,
a
you know, if you do your exams first, and then you can open your Hieronymus Bosch book.
Every
As a
every
treat.
40 minutes, you should be taking a 10-minute Bosch break.
Yeah, your Bosch break. All right, lads, you know what time it is. Bosch break.
Yay, sir!
I'm just imagining a bunch of tradies just all looking at Bosch on their fucking break.
She shares what she's learned with boyfriend, who
Sex?
seems to
Oh, no.
who they seem to check in with every few days or so.
Yeah, it's teen love, you know. If honestly,
Teen love,
teens,
you know, you see each other around,
and you're not that interesting, especially if you're especially if you're a teen guy. So
teens have a lot of self-awareness in that respect. Do you know what? I actually have nothing to say to
I
you
have
today.
nothing to say to you.
Me neither.
Yeah. All right. Well, rain check, babe.
Cool. See you next week.
No worries.
But it turns out to be a tragic case of demonic transference, Michael. That's a deep pull from OGT lore.
Great.
I need to be careful or I might summon Hootie. Or Michael Shannon.
Ooh. Ooh.
Demonic transference. It's something that happens when you try to sacrifice a virgin to Satan without using an actual virgin.
But it's going to be a dance. And it's going to be a dance, and it's bad news, according to Amanda Seyfried, because the dance is going to be an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah.
Oh, would she risk doing that in such a high-profile place when picking off people one by one seems to be working and is going unnoticed?
Yeah.
It's going to be a smorgasbord.
To be fair, there's you're at a dance and you take someone to the bathroom. You know, I reckon she could still do it sneakily.
Eat them in half?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well,
what's this in
well,
the punch?
she's gonna-
Am I right? As someone's aorta is just like squirting into the punch bowl.
Look, teen parties are always so distractible. No one would notice that.
Just like this podcast.
I know, right? She does find someone, though. She finds boyfriend and turns
Whoa.
him against Seyfried.
Yeah.
It's time for some revenge sex. But Seyfried hears it? Or senses it? It's a bit unclear with that side
She's
of
got
it. But
like
she
a kind
knows
of
what's going on.
yeah. She's got kind of like a third.
She's got something of a shine about
a
her.
sixth. It's called highlighter, dumbass. Yeah, she's because they've been best friends since sandbox days.
They've got the thing. They've got the sandbox connection.
Yeah, all teen girls. If you have a best friend forever, you have a telepathic connection that cannot be severed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what they teach you in Dolly magazine.
Fuck yeah.
Yay!
She lures him to a sexy, swampy, dilapidated swimming pool where he is revealed to be an actual good guy who only wants to make out with a girl who's not his girlfriend for a bit.
Yeah, like a
Just
real hero.
Yeah. Just for a while, you know?
You know, I'll just say that we were on a break or something. Easy.
She doesn't like that, though, and so has an eat of him. But Seyfried shows up for a classic underwater cat fight. Yeah, Jennifer gets pepper sprayed and then vomits up blood.
Nice. I mean, not nice.
That's hot. I think that's hot.
Jury's out.
Boyfriend manages to impale her. Not like that.
Hey.
And, but it doesn't work, so she just runs off so that Seyfried can have a moment with dying boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh. Well, at least they got to do the sex one time.
Jennifer goes home so that she can have the beginning of the movie. And there's a Seyfried attack.
With a box cutter. So butch.
They have a sassy, quippy fight because this is a weird movie.
You know what this is for? It's for cutting boxes. Do you buy all your murder weapons at Home Depot? God, you're butch.
And Seyfried manages to kill Jennifer, but oh no, her seldom seen parent is here, and it looks an awful lot like she just killed her best friend with a box cutter.
Well, she did.
Because she did and hasn't been keeping anyone else too involved of authority. in what's going on.
Yeah, she didn't involve the succubus authorities like she should have.
This all seems very inexplicable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's mad now and also has some superpowers.
That's
Does
right,
also
because
have
she
to drink-
got bitten by a succubus.
but
not,
survived.
But not eaten.
Does she have the blood thirst? Seemingly not, unless this is her first day and she drank some before.
I
she
don't
got
think
arrested.
she needs to. She needs to. I don't know. This is all theories and stuff. But it seems like instead of needing,
She
like,
seems pretty on top of her
yeah,
shit.
she's just a bit more superpowered and probably a bit more aggressive. But honestly, that could just be because she went through a fire, watching people die and get trampled to death. Her best friend got abducted by creepy guys that she could do nothing about, and no one seemed to care about when she was really concerned. Her friend turns up all bloodied up and doesn't talk about her experience.
Are you doing the plot rundown again?
Yeah. Well, I'm just doing it better.
I wish you'd done it instead.
I'm just doing the PTSD rundown of all the reasons that Amanda Seyfried should have PTSD, which actually does end up being the plot of the movie. So
It is the movie.
Yeah, I'll shut
that's
up now.
fair enough. Dipping into the metaphor, maybe
let's
if
not.
like the superpowers represent. Oh, okay. So she escapes.
No. Sorry. We've done the
Maybe
plot.
it's like
That's it.
a health. Maybe if she has a relationship with her superpowers that doesn't involve drinking the blood of other folk and killing them, does it represent a healthier relationship she has with her sexuality now?
Maybe
More healthy than the one that Megan Fox had.
Well-
Megan Fox's character had with hers.
Yeah, well, I kind of see it as if, Jennifer takes on the trauma around her, right? But kind of uses that in a toxic way, cannot process that effectively and is a toxic person as a result. If Needy is kind of like not
Amanda
quite
Seyfried's
that.
character, incidentally.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
think we've
sorry,
established.
shit,
Yeah.
sorry. I always forget that
No,
you
that's fine.
guys
Let's call her by her actual
never do
character
the
name.
character names, and then I come on
'cause
and I
we're
sound like a
dumb.
twat.
We're dumb and we have bad memories, is why.
Yeah, I mean,
so
but-
don't be coming in here
but-
as a competent person capable of paying attention to things and absorbing information
Oh,
and making us feel bad.
well, I can leave if you want. But anyway, Amanda Seyfried
sorry,
is her character is Needy or Anita,
Yes.
which is very emblematic of her relationship with Jennifer. In that,
Yes.
most of the film is about how much she loves Jennifer.
Needies
she
her?
needies her. That's right. So
Very
her
so.
becoming having the powers of a succubus, for me, kind of represented when you cut out a toxic, influence from your life, but you're still suffering from the trauma of it. So it's like you are still traumatized and affected, but also you're coming. You do have some more stronger abilities as a result. You're a bit harder. Life's hit you, and you're about to hit back, just like she does to Adrian Brody. And all
Yes,
that.
because
Following this rock band?
Must be one hell of a group.
Tonight's gonna be their last show.
she escapes, picks up Lance Henriksen, and then goes off to get revenge on the band in the movie that I thought this was going to be.
That's Lance Hendrick. What? That was Lance
Yeah.
Henriksen? No fucking way.
Yeah.
I thought he looked familiar. Oh my god, I can't believe I
Yeah.
didn't notice that. Did he have like crazy makeup on or something? I just did
I
not
don't think
recognize.
so.
Okay, never mind.
Just a bit of an older, larger man.
I'm an idiot. Did you say
And
that
your
she
rebuff-
murders the
That's what he
band?
says.
She murders the band.
Oh yeah, she murders the band. It's great.
Yeah, she murders the band that murdered Jennifer and let her be
Yeah.
possessed by a succubus, and it's all very nice.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's all very good. So, Ellen, this was a surprisingly difficult film to masturbate to. I'm confused, and so are
Oh.
all of my boys.
Well, maybe.
except for my boy Ambrose, but he's not sharing. So,
I mean,
can
since
you
he had his
explain-
dick blown off in '93, he's never been the same.
poor Ambrose.
And I don't mean blown off that way. Wah, wah, wah.
Cypriot
We've seen
really liked
terrible
that.
things
So,
in the war.
terrible things. Which war? 93. Could have been any. So, Ellen,
That's me.
how come? How come I showed up for a sexy time?
Because
Didn't
it's
get
not
'em?
for
What
you.
happened?
It's not fucking for you. This film wasn't made for you. It wasn't made for teen boys or
What
boys
about my boys?
or boys. your boys. Nah, fuck your
No!
boys. Tell your boys to
Aw.
get their assholes ripped out by a demon, because this wasn't their
Not
film.
Julian.
Yeah, absolutely, Julian. I'm surprised he's got an asshole in the first place. Yeah, no, fuck your boys, fuck the teen boys. Not in that way though. Yeah, this film was just poorly marketed because it's a real nice exploration of. You talked about ginger snaps. There's a nice like category this film kind of slots into, exploring very close but also very toxic female relationships, especially in high school with teenagers, and using the horror as a kind of metaphor. And so it should be for the same audience that Mean Girls is for, right?
Yes,
that's the demographic they were courting.
Mean Girls, but Regina King as an actual succubus is actually not a bad plot.
Pretty much, that's what it is. Yeah, it's using the horror to make the subtext text. Hence why, like, there's very, very obvious lines in there, like Hell is a teenage girl, and like Jennifer's evil, not high school evil, real evil, evil. But because of Megan Fox's involvement, the marketing team were just like, oh, hot chick. Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's because for some reason, and I don't know why, the guys who are in control of these sorts of things don't see money working, because they somehow think that horror can only be marketed at teenage boys, in spite of evidence.
Yes,
But that's not the case.
Yeah,
and I don't know why evidence isn't good enough. It's money. You want money, right?
That's the thing. Yeah, we talk about this a lot, and not just from a progressive standpoint, but just from a you guys are fucking idiot standpoints of
from a cynical standpoint. Like, this doesn't even make sense if you're being cynical.
But to be fair, that doesn't really affect the box office, because everyone talks about this, or the kind of rhetoric at the time was that this movie's a flop. It didn't lose money. It still made an all right money. An all right money. It still made an all right amount.
It made an all right money.
Yeah, at the box office. But what was really the thing about this film was the critical reception.
Right.
Yeah, just absolutely getting slagged off. Saying that it was, basically it's like that Turning Red review that you sent me, where it's just like this white guy, who's just like, it seems like the director made like a lot of really niche references. I don't know that anyone could relate, to being an intergenerational young girl growing up, having to deal with like, puberty and stuff. I don't know who could relate to that. So I was just a bit confused. And as a result, literally no one else could relate to this. So 2 stars. It's like that same thing where a lot of these critics were like, I don't get it.
There were a few of those I did see as I was reading up on the film. There were a few people who were just not willing to sort of play outside of the box a little bit.
Yeah. And I think it's a real shame. Diablo Cody had just come off of Juno, and I think everyone was just really ready to fucking tear her down. Because a lot of the things that she got praised for in Juno were things that people were saying, that the teen speak was like hack or tacky or twee. And it is twee, don't get me wrong. But in the same way that I think the teen slang in Mean Girls or Heathers is probably a better example, because no one...
Yes, I saw a lot of people mention Heathers.
Yeah, because no one really talks... Like, that was the thing in Heathers, that they didn't use actual slang because that would date it. So they go for this new kind of language. And I think that's what Diablo Cody does really well. And it is twee, but guess what? Teen girls enjoy fucking twee. It's in the name. Tweenager.
There was a weird slang for hot, right, that she kept using.
Salty. He's like
salty,
extra salty. And I like when Needy and Jennifer greet each other. What's up, Monostat? Monostat is it's a yeast infection gel. Cream, sorry. Right. Yeah. And she and Needy responds, hey Vagisil. It's just it's like, yes, it's of course no one speaks like that. It's a fucking movie. If people spoke like they did in real life in movies, I would be fucking furious, because all the time I'd be going, huh? What?
Finish that thought.
Sorry, what'd you say? Oh man, I got so distracted. Shit.
Yeah.
Or like someone repeats
Indeed.
something 3 times and you can't legally
Christ, yeah.
ask them to repeat it again, so you just have to go, yeah, and and then wait for the awkward pause when they go, you didn't hear what I said, did you? Which is yeah.
But tell us more. That's the critical section. But tell us more about what you enjoy in the film.
I think it's fun. I think it's Megan Fox really fucking knocks it out of the park with this self-obsessed, vapid character that is also real. Like, she does the flip of being able to do really scary and also really vulnerable. Like, one of my watching this, I did see a lot of things that were like, oh, this film isn't even scary. And it's like, well, a lot of like horror films aren't super scary. Like, I don't know how you use that metric, right, of what makes it scary, right? Because you can have
what are they saying? Are they saying
more gore?
Not enough jump scares?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Not unsettling enough.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean when it's like it's not even scary, bro. But like the scene where she is abducted by the creepy emo band, I like almost cry. It's really upsetting.
It is very upsetting, that
and
scene.
It's upsetting, and I think she builds it really well the scene is really built well where the whole time, just like Needy is, you're kind of screaming like, no, don't. And you can see like they've plied her with alcohol. And like they're just taking advantage of the fact that she's shocked to be like, hey, I'm in survival mode, and what I need now is to get us to a safe place, you know, like acting as this protector kind of figure. And it's just it's really realistically done in this kind of movie that's a bit larger than life. And the whole,
it is that moment was also quite large in life. He was doing it, I felt, in like a comedic kind of way, but it was still it still resonated with the sort of horror of the situation.
Listen, it's looking dangerous out here. You want to head someplace safer, like my van?
What?
I'm in survival mode right now, and I want us to get to a familiar place. And right now, I feel like that's my van.
Yeah, it's also not that far from the truth, I find. Talking about like this being a perfect time capsule as well. You know, I was into a lot of emo bands. Fun fact, instead of for Adrian Brody's character, they considered Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy or another emo band kind of figure that I can't remember at the time. Yeah. But like I growing up, I thought it was a really safe space because it was this alternative scene. But a lot of these Warped Tour bands were using this kind of alternative genre and look to make people think that, you know, they're in a safe space with their community. Yeah. And then would get underage girls to flash their tits for free tickets and shit like that. And much worse. So it's kind of like it's unfortunately realistic. He's playing it really, like, you know, really comedically and stuff, but I'm like, it's really not that far removed from the truth.
No, I know. It's obviously a very real situation. And I agree that it was definitely missold in a really horrible way, that the film is very different than it was made to seem. And goddamn the studio for that, because they really did shamelessly push this as titillation in the posters, the adverts, and everything.
Diablo Cody had to like beg the marketing team not to they wanted Megan Fox to promote this film basically on a porn chat site.
Oh god.
She had to bet that is it's a horrible situation to be in, especially because she got to write this film without a lot of studio intervention. So it's like, you know, they really made the film they really believed in and wanted, and just to have the marketing team treat it like a piece of meat is upsetting.
It really is. It's horrible. And I also want to give the film credit for what Cody has set out to do, because she tells a story of flipping typical horror gender roles, which is amazing. Exploring the potential toxicity of female friendship is really interesting. The idea that this incredibly powerful bond that exists between them, as a result of, amongst other things, sort of surviving a hostile world together, then leads to this really hideous kind of parasitical quality. to the relationship between them was really interesting.
Yeah, and this kind of underlying sense of, burgeoning, dealing with sexuality. The fact that Needy loves Jennifer, but can't quite figure out what that means. Megan Fox as well said that she was playing Jennifer, very much closeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that feeling to it as well. So it's got the kind of that fun aspect to it as well. And it is two very strong roles for these two characters, which is rare enough for women in horror, I think, although not as rare as potentially some other sort of smaller genres.
Yeah.
Of the same time.
Well, it's because we can victimize them. Then we can put the women back
Love
in.
That.
Yay.
And we can explore male insecurities for a female avatar, which is the only way in which we feel safe to do so, and accidentally infuse them with agency whilst we do it, which is always
Oopsie.
a good thing. Oops. Oh no.
Oops,
that's right.
I added agency. What do we do, boys?
Oh dear.
Make her get her tits out. There we go. That'll even it out.
That'll be fine.
Nice.
But not the one who's me in the story. I don't get my tits out. No. The other one who dies gets her tits out.
Yes.
I don't get my tits out.
No, and she deserves to
this
die for
me.
showing us her tits that we wanted to see.
She's not level-headed. You can't be sexually aware.
Well, no,
and also
not when
be
you've got
level-headed.
2 boobs, because then there's a...
Then you're going to get distracted because they're all out and all over the place.
Yeah, even though we said not to wear the bra. Silly women.
So, having said all of that, I don't know. It's odd. There was plenty here that I enjoyed, but it didn't quite fully work for me.
Okay.
I think I didn't necessarily feel the drama of it, and the comedy felt almost exactly as Cody described, because she said that they set out to make the film actually very straight, but the comedy kept slipping in, which is a really interesting way to describe it. But that's like during the making, and it does mean that it kind of ebbs in and out of the narrative for me. And it has a feeling of being a little bit chaotic. But I really like the lead performances. I really like what the movie is trying to be in terms of the story it's telling. Because Ginger Snaps aside, it is unique and important and a really fun premise. And I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that it grows on me more. And often the films do when I'm sampling. But I have to say, I was a little dissatisfied the first time round. There's plenty for me to admire, but it wasn't quite the slam dunk
It is.
I hoped it would be.
Yeah, I do think it is a bit of a mixed bag. That's personally why I
Sure.
love it, because I feel like a lot of the films I love are chaotic, pick and mix. I get what you mean about the comedy, though. Sometimes it does feel a bit like, oh, come on, guys, take this seriously. But having said that, I do feel it when it is dramatic or when it is scary, everyone is kind of gear shifting. Yeah. So it just means, I guess, there's a lot of like quick gear shifts in this film that can feel a bit bumpy. I think it's part of the reason I love it. I think as well, if everyone wasn't going like 100%, then none of it would work. But because like I guess they were kind of going kind of straight, the comedy bits don't distract me too much because they're not played as like a have a banana. It's just like teens being a bit quippy, and you're like, oh, teens, am I right?
Yeah, and it's no more awkward in terms of balancing its elements than, say, Scream, for example. That which has similar issues and was, a massive hit that everybody loved. So
yeah. Plus,
I think there undoubtedly was some aspects of just not getting what the film was going for, and that will have been fueled by the fact that, film criticism was even more so at the time, even though it is still massively dominated by white male critics.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. I'm glad that they made the film that they set out to make.
Absolutely.
And it is having its own.
Megan
Megan Fox was like, I wouldn't say it's a cult classic because people just like this film. Like it's not like a Rocky Horror kind of experience.
No, nobody's ironically enjoying it. I don't think. They are appreciating it on its own terms.
Yeah, it's not campy because it didn't set out to be. It's
too self-aware to be campy.
Yeah,
I think it's too aware of how silly the premise is to be considered like a camp thing.
I really love this film. I hope it gets a more kind of critical eye Or maybe it doesn't need a critical eye. Maybe it just needs a compassionate eye, an empathetic eye. That you know,
a critical eye can be those things too. Just because I'm a dick.
You've spoiled it for the rest of the boys. Plus, some of the fucking lines are just iconic. I quote.
There's some really fun
I
stuff.
quote so many lines from this, and I wish people knew what I was referencing. But like every time I need to use a box cutter, I would say,
"Oh
do you know
my
what
God.
this is? It's a box cutter for cutting boxes." And then,
well, with that
yeah,
in mind,
sorry.
maybe we should segue into what potentially might be a difficult sequence, the quickfire round.
Yeah.
Considering you have no notes.
Well, probably there's gonna be maybe less because I just overall I really fucking like this film. So it's like,
well, cool.
it's less I'm sifting for
Yeah,
nuggets
true.
of gold in the shit. I've got a pretty necklace here. So it's a lot I like. But yeah,
Well, there you go.
some of the
All right, let's
lines
go.
are very good. Yeah, box cutter. Do you get
Yeah.
all your murder weapons at Home Depot? My God, you're butch.
Yeah, there's funny little like quips like that, which are really enjoyable.
Yeah.
There's a cool opening tracking shot that I quite like. It opens on a tracking shot into a silent tracking shot towards the house, and that's good. and creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think one of the most hilarious scenes in the film is when Jennifer is devouring the jock in the woods. You just hear his blood-curdling scream, which is overheard by teacher J.K. Simmons, who just looks out to the woods and says,
Let it all out, kids.
That was really
very funny.
That was a very good line.
Yeah.
I really like that. When Amanda Seyfried needs to kick a nurse over a table, she does a pretty good looking kick. Or like the stunt people and like the way it's filmed.
It looks
the kick
like it
looks
hurts.
good. Yeah, I enjoy that.
I don't know. I don't know if I should say this.
What?
Because it is a slur. But because of how shitty this character is, Chris Pratt talking about the hot emo band that Jennifer's in love with, and him being very homophobic about it and like very heteronormative of like,
You can totally tell they're from the city.
Yeah, because they're wearing eyeliner. They look like a bunch of fagos.
and like I don't know what it is about a slur delivered in a Minnesotan accent.
It defangs it a little, I guess, unless you're from Minnesota.
It does, but also I feel like I laugh at that delivery because I'm like, this fucking guy sucks. I hope he dies in the fire.
Which I think he does. He's not mentioned again, but then later on.
He is mentioned.
Later on, he's referred to in the present tense. Yeah. He just doesn't. He disappears from the movie.
I'm fucking a cadet, remember?
Yeah.
So I think
not I fucked.
Yeah.
Unless.
I fucked. I will fuck. I am fucking. Conjugate it.
You have to conjugate.
Yeah, conjugate it.
Conjugate.
Shit, that's good. The scene of Jennifer swimming. Sorry, did I do two in a row? You go.
I'll quickly do one. The boyfriend's awkward smile when Jennifer and Seyfried are like messing around in the hallway just before they go out for the night, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm also here.
Boo.
I'm also having a good time."
Boo Chip.
Like,
Get out of here.
I just enjoyed his shitty attempt to like try and join in.
Oh yeah, even the stop stealing my girlfriend.
Yeah. It was like, hey, I'm playful.
Are you Chip?
Are you though?
Jennifer swimming in the lake. It's just a really beautiful shot. They use some.
It was a good shot.
It's like an overhead, and then we switch to like just kind of her head bobbing in the water, and I just always loved like it's a very powerful scene, especially because a lot of this film is tied up into kind of. You know, a lot of the conversation about reclaiming sexual power, but then also how teen girls think that by playing into sexualizing themselves, they think they're empowering them, like they think they have the power, but really it just leaves themselves vulnerable, right?
Yeah,
like,
and it's all just what Zack Snyder wants.
Yeah, and we can't let him have that.
Can't let him have anything.
Yeah, but it is fun to see her as this kind of, as she gains powers from eating these boys, to see her as this kind of unstoppable force. That doesn't have to, like then her femininity is kind of, it somehow becomes much more her own, as she kind of more effectively uses it as a tool to seduce and kill these men. But yeah, it's a really powerful shot. And when she comes out of the lake, it must have really actually been cold that day, unless it's CGI, because you can see the steam coming off of her. Especially, it's set in a what looks like a kind of Minnesotan area place. So I'm assuming it would have been freezing.
I like the bit when the guys take to stage. And then somebody, they say, all right, you ready to rock Devil's Lake?
Oh, yeah.
And someone in the audience is like, Devil's Kettle. And he's like, fucking A right.
Fucking A right.
Good evening, Devil's Lake.
Devil's Kettle.
Fucking A right it is.
That's just it was a fun sort of I don't give a fuck kind of rock and roll line.
I enjoyed that line. Also, just how much of a douchebag this guy is.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even being like, oh, my bad.
Just fucking A right it is.
Fucking A right it is. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to integrate that more into my...
It's good. It's a cool line.
Especially because I work with kids a lot, and sometimes they just say words that don't make sense to you. Of like, yesterday I put a caterpillar in a tree, and then my toilet exploded, and you're like, fucking A right. Yeah, man. That's cool.
Shit, yeah, son.
Always the appropriate response to kids. I say I like the scene where Jennifer gets abducted. I don't, but it's done very well, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
But her coming back to Needy's house is really horrifying, especially because how worried Needy is, and Jennifer just being all bloodied, and then the creepy, the vacant stare suddenly kind of flickering into this horrific recognition, and the bloodied smile. It's really upsetting, and what probably affects me more is when Jennifer kind of gaslights Needy the next day, being like, you're just overreacting. We cut back to Needy scrubbing all the black slime that Jennifer vomited on the floor and just weeping because she doesn't know what's happened to her friend. She feels guilty for leaving her in that situation in the first place. And it's, it's like a 3-second cutaway, but it always affected me a lot.
It's very affecting, but again, here playing into the tonal thing, because here's a funny moment from that sequence that I found, is when she, after that interaction, slams her against the wall, and we see Jennifer's bloody hand on the wall. It smudges against a very comedic picture of Amanda Seyfried, doing a big goofy grin. And it's very sort of Girl Scout style.
Oh, yeah.
Wholesome style grin, and it was, quite amusing.
Yeah.
And had an Edgar Wright quality to it, I think, in terms of its presence in the moment.
Good timing, yeah.
I like the slow, sad zoom into the sad jock after he's Actually, I think it's grungy kind of metal that's playing, and then it zooms over the field really quickly, and then just lands on the sad jock. That was quite good.
I love a sad jock. What can I say?
I love a sad jock.
I'm gonna combine a few, but
okay.
A lot of the Jennifer, it's kind of like a progression of Jennifer feeling this empowerment with her body, and then it kind of fading, and a real bittersweetness and vulnerability that she's playing, where she can't figure out why the thing that is thought to be her main personality, right? Everyone around this town objectifies Jennifer. That's all she is. She's a body, right? It's in the fucking name of the film. And
Absolutely.
so then to be empowered and have these supernatural kind of good looks, so we see that when she's just fed and she is burning her tongue with the lighter, it's this aimless kind of self-destructive thing.
Kind of nihilistic feel.
Yeah, but very in touch with, I feel I was the kind of teen girl to just put my finger in wax sometimes, or try and, burn, or sometimes you're just plucking hair and then you just keep going. And it's just this weird, painful, self-destructive kind of instinct that also kind of makes you feel invulnerable. And then we track that for like when the power starts fading and her like rubbing makeup into, you know, her face has become a bit more sallow. She's got acne again.
Yes.
And she's trying to put on foundation for the prom or whatever dance it is. And it's really upsetting as she kind of like keeps caking it on. Like she can't figure out.
Very lonely moment.
Yeah, she can't figure out what exactly is happening, or just knows that she needs it. She needs to be a body because that's all she is. It's really upsetting. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, and that it's really interesting to sort of see the insecurities at the heart of the sort of, you know.
I'm not
what she's got going
insecure,
on.
needy. God, what a joke. Fucking love that line.
I am not insecure, needy. God, that's a joke. How could I ever be insecure? I was the snowflake queen.
This is one of my pettiest ones.
Yeah.
It's just that I really like Seyfried's chunky keyboard. She's got a very old, thick, computer gunmetal grey keyboard that she's using from the 90s, and I enjoy it a lot.
Well, if you're going to be petty, then so the fuck am I. I love the emo poster shrine that Jennifer has on her wall.
Oh, yeah.
When I probably had all of those posters. Literally, you could not see any wall of my bedroom wall, because they were covered in these, and it's really. You can see like the beginnings of how easily she's manipulated by that band coming through because like these bands are like icons to her. And I just I had that same Fall Out Boy poster, so I'm like, huh, nice. Same.
Very good. I really like when I think Jennifer keeps saying stuff during class. She's just saying stuff, and she's the only one in class saying stuff.
Oh yeah.
And J.K. Simmons just says, "As I was saying, Jennifer," and needy. Like, throws her in for no reason. She just looks kind of outraged, like, what the fuck? Like,
I know. She just like a little eye roll thing.
I enjoy that. I enjoy the fact that they're needlessly lumped together.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of it like the Ginger Snaps thing of like this parasitic relationship. Like, everyone knows that there is no needy without Jennifer. You know, it's and always Jennifer takes first preference even over her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love the final confrontation. It's got some of the best lines of, you know, the Butch Home Depot line, the box cutter. But like, it's really upsetting when Needy takes off Jennifer's necklace.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of depowers her. And
in the bedroom at fight.
Yeah, we have a slow motion scene.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Needy realizes that this is, you know, I'm not sure if she's realizing that this kind of depowered Jennifer, or that's what was kind of keeping her humanity around. But she goes from like furious because Jennifer's just killed her boyfriend, and as she's kind of slowly falling in slow motion, you can see that she really doesn't want to do, like, she remembers. You know, their sandbox days.
We get flashbacks to the sandbox,
Yeah, and it kind of draws back into that thing of, you know, Needy, I think, to Jennifer reminds her of her humanity or something outside of being a body. Because the quippy line is, "Ow, my tit," when Needy stabs her through the heart, and Needy replies, "No, your heart." Like, I think that's that's the like apotheosis of like the film, right? Jennifer referring to herself as only a body, and Needy, you know, reminding her that it's the heart that she's killed. Yeah,
that's a good
tragic.
Point. That's really good. That's a good tie-in line. Conversely,
"Ow, my tit."
Conversely, Seyfried is really adorable during the sex scene. Like at the point when when like he's trying to place himself in.
Oh yeah, it's for
her
ambience.
Little expressions. Her expressions of just sort of kind of.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, when she's like,
really
you can put
funny,
it in,
sort of...
and she's just kind of like biting her mouth, and kind of like, ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's cool that they have sex as well, because it sort of subverts the whole virginal final girl kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, she has a healthy sexual relationship with her boyfriend that
Does
isn't
she,
based.
though?
Well, that isn't based on insecurity on her part.
Yes.
And it's really nice that it shows, because that goes against the idea of demonizing sex. Like, Jennifer is bad because she has sex.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost but the thing is almost it's for Needy, not that her having sex is bad, but it's like always Jennifer is looming. It's it, like, so even while she's having sex, she's having this kind of like psychic link. She knows that Jennifer's doing something bad, but it's like her even her relationships that aren't to do with Jennifer, you know, her boyfriend will always be kind of overshadowed until she kind of like gets her own sense of identity. Yeah,
she can't have her own needs until, you know, she kind of
but that scene as well
fact,
goes back and forth between like cute and funny and upsetting
predatory.
As she's like having this psychic like she realizes something's horribly wrong and Jennifer's probably out murdering people, and she's like kind of gasping as the goth boy is murdered, and Chip's just like she must be digging it. And then, you know, when she gasps like and recoils, he's like,
Am I hurting you? Am I too big?
like his little shot, like
cute.
worried but then kind of like excited face that his dick might be too big.
Aww.
I really like the little look she gives as well when they're putting on the like he's trying to put on the condom and she just kind of like peeks under the covers.
Yeah, she peeks to see it happen. That was fun.
Ooh, that's how you do
Oh god. I really like the line.
I've been through the occult section at the library 5 times.
Our library has an occult section?
Yeah, it's really small.
That's very fun. I like that. That's a nicer version of like the Buffy logic thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the fact that the boyfriend's taking pictures with his little sister on prom night. Because at this stage he's broken up with the girlfriend, so I thought that was very cute. The pool set I thought was awesome. That is a really good set for the pool. Very, you know, swampy and kind of like it felt like a good layer, which is quite fun. And I also like Amanda Seyfried's line. She's just hovering.
She can fly.
She's just hovering. It's not that impressive. God, do you have to undermine everything that I do?
That was a cute little exchange. And I did like the boyfriend's dying moment. I thought that was really good. And I thought both performers there performed that really well. And it was a nice little sad moment there to motivate her actions coming into the big climax.
Yeah, he is very sweet.
He's a sweet, dumb kid.
Yeah. Is that all of yours?
That's all of mine.
I mean, I like the film, so all of it is a quick thing.
I mean, that's fair enough.
It's such a random thing, though, but when the goth boy is driving en route to hook up with Jennifer, he's listening to like a Screamo cover of I Can See Clearly Now, The Rain Is Gone.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, there's like a bit where it's like,
This is gonna be a bright
such a day. Like, it's just like, he's clearly just vibing. And
that's really fun.
I always enjoyed that. But yeah, I like all the film. The dialogue is really funny. To me, there's lots. I could quote the dialogue all day, but I won't because we got to wrap it up.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think you've really done a good job of selling this, and you've expressed really well sort of what it means to you, and it is a very interesting film. And I think
great. Well, then you can send me $29.95. Because I am actually selling this film.
Oh my god! You'll send me the 4K of it?
Sure.
Send the money, then we'll discuss that.
Yeah. We'll talk later.
Oh shit! I forgot that. Oh, usually some really annoying guy comes in and tells us what's happened on social media, but now that's not going to happen.
Oh.
So I have to fucking do it. Let me see if
did you even ask the OGT?
I don't know.
I don't think you did, because I am part of the OGT and I didn't see any.
Sorry, OGT team, I forgot to ask. I'm not used to this sort of thing. So, but nevertheless, I hope that you will all check out Jennifer's Body. Oh God, this sounds.
Hey.
Check out Jennifer's Body because it is quite something, and it's deeper than you think. Oh no! So.
Shockingly deep.
It has. Hey, this body has more to say than you think. I'm Paul Chauvinist,
nice.
And.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad that.
Guys, some of these hot chicks have things to say.
What? They make sounds with their mouths. It's not just for fucking.
Sometimes for listening, and then it's your heart that gets the fucking.
Truly, this movie is a heart fuck.
I drop Ginger Snaps as a not necessarily one better thing, but I think it's a very good film, and I would highly recommend people watch that if they haven't, because great Canadian horror with two amazing leads that also explains similar issues around sort of female friendship, and well, they're sisters, aren't they?
Yeah. So it's similar, but like you've got more of the sexuality kind of thing in Jennifer's body. So it's a nice companion film, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. Do you have any other one better things that you'd suggest?
Well, yeah, I would say Mean Girls. If we're gonna make a playlist of if you like Jennifer's body and you want to explore kind of toxic female friendships and that kind of burgeoning teenage angst and loss of identity, then I would say Ginger Snaps, Jennifer's Body, and Mean Girls. And
it's like Ginger Snaps plus Mean Girls equals Jennifer's
Body
to some extent.
Yes, that's shit. We did it. Wow,
we did it, everyone.
We
movie maths.
Yeah, we we boiled down this film to its bare mathematics.
And that's all I ever wanted to do.
The one better thing.
Excellent. Ellen, how can people find out about all of the incredible things that you're doing these days?
Oh. Sorry, I thought that was going to go on.
So did I.
Really thought that was a run-on sentence or something.
Yeah, I felt like it was, but then it just turned out it wasn't. You know, sometimes when you just stop speaking and you don't realize.
That's usually called death.
And
you won't realize.
That was my Tony Soprano moment.
Don't stop. So you can find me and all the silly things what I do. Well, first of all, I'm on Twitter at EllenKGraham1, where I do hot nerd stuff that includes cosplay and my shitty opinions on things. You can also check out, I'm a creator and performer with Roll to Cast. That's ROLE to cast, which is. Oh shit!
Don't you bark over this bit, you little shit.
He just loves Roll to Cast so much. And I am a creative and performer for the podcast and media company Roll to Cast. That's ROLE to cast, which is a variety TTRPG podcast. You might notice a certain Paul gracing episodes with his beautiful music and occasionally his okay voice. Each season is a different game system, so there's something for everyone, from Cyberpunk to Vampire to Pulp Cthulhu to Kids to Bikes to The Witcher to currently Avatar Legends. I feel like I've left something out, but oh well. We do a lot. And you can also check out our YouTube page. That's Roll to Cast on YouTube. Because I have just launched, as of today, my DICE video essay. That's right.
Yes!
It's a video essay all about the history. Well, not all about. It's a 20-minute video, but I tried to cram in as much history and socio-context for why DICE are important to a TTRPG identity. What they're all about. Who are they? Why are they? How are they? So check out Roll to Cast on all the socials, and you can find all those good things there. Yeah.
Hooray! Such good things! You can just OGT Pod is that magical term that you need to know. Just, go type it into Twitter or Facebook or Google or, just yell it into a loved one's face. Will Alexa respond if you tell it to do something about OGT Pod? I don't know. Let's find out right now.
Alexa, play OGT Pod.
What the hell are you talking about?
What happens if you yell OGT Pod at Bowser?
Let me try. Bowser, OGT Pod. Oh, it shut him up.
Perfect. Oh my god. If you want to shut your dog up, you just say OGT Pod at it, and immediately it'll open its mouth and our voices will come out. It'll be the most frightening thing you've ever seen. And that's well worth the $9.95. I don't know what's going on. We've got a Patreon, though, I'll tell you that. We've got a Patreon you can sign up to for as little as $1 a month, and you can get access to, loads of things, including some extra content featuring Ellen Graham.
I do feature on there occasionally.
You feature in there constantly.
I know you asked me to stop, but I won't. Also, I'm a patron, and I got the sticker of the paws of the One Good Thing logo, and I stuck it on a Roomba. And so now, when I set my Roomba off, I see the two paws groveling around on my floor, sweeping up dirt as they should.
And don't you want that, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
I'm Paul Groveler.
I'm Ellen. Oh my god, I'm not insecure. What a joke.
I don't remember.
Graham.
The one good thing about Jennifer's body is that there's a mind in that hot, hot body.
And a heart behind the tits.
Oh, yeah.